Hi all, so I'm Paula. Keith's gone in because he's had enough. But as you can see from the time lapse, we've started to build the blocks today. That's been uploaded first because we did that first. I've kind of done it the wrong way round, unfortunately. There he is. He's playing with the Nesses. So just giving you an update as to how it's gone really and what we're doing. So it's 7.3N dense blocks that we're using. He's currently laid 27. The first thing he did this morning was he went out and he purchased some items to mix the mortar and make sure that he can give a clean break on when he needs to break one of the blocks up for the size for the corners, etc. So he went out and got those tools that he needed, and he also went out and got some plasticizer because he tried making a bit of mortar initially and found out that it just wasn't working, so he went back out and got some plasticizer to do that. He's doing a 5-to-1 mix, so 1 piece of cement to 5 of the sand. And what he's using is quite funny actually. It's a little tub of the Evolution Aqua. I can't reach it from here, I'll have to climb out of the pond, so I do apologise. But yeah, so he's laid, as I say, 27 of the blocks so far. Bear in mind he's never done anything like this before, so it is kind of all new to him and he didn't want me videoing it, so hence that initial time lapse. Ness has a new game, which is let me just flip you around. So literally what she's doing, that is a bag of soft sand, building sand, and her little toy which is there, we put that in there, bury it in there, and then she goes digging for it. It is quite funny. I'm sorry about this, I'm still trying to get used to this gimbal thing, so I'll just get that at the right level so you can see her. She is in the bag of sand. It is quite funny, bless her. So yeah, while I've got that this way, I'll just show you what he has actually done. So he went and purchased some squares, so you'll see here these tools. So there's this square, set square, this one is another one. This is one of the tools that he's purchased for chopping it to the right size. One of the trowels that he purchased this morning. The line, to make sure the line is level. So he has actually spent a lot of time making sure that the square, the internal square, is actually square. So if you can see that here, that edge, it's scored in literally a little bit, so he knows that that is exactly where it needs to be. And what he's done is he's got these guidelines now to make sure that the breeze blocks are actually level. So this is the corner that he started on, which is what's in the time lapse. As I say, he's now on block number 27, so we've got 504 in total, so still a fair few to go yet. But considering he's never done this before, he's done a bloody fantastic job. You know what he does, literally, he gets an idea of what he wants to do in his head. He will watch YouTube videos, how-tos, do as much research as he needs to do, and then he just goes and does it. Whatever, and that is whatever he does. He just does it. But he didn't feel confident enough to be filmed a lot today, so I apologise for that. You've got the little bit of a time lapse, and there will be more of that tomorrow and as we build this up. So yeah, we're currently now at the stage we need to think about the returns from the filter house, which is that's going to be over there. So that, where the bottom drains come up, is where the filter will be, but we need to think about where the returns, and in his head he's got 3 returns now, 2 which we're going to use, and the third one, what we're thinking of doing, is to future-proof the pond. So it's something you really need to think about when you're designing your pond, as to what your returns are going to be and what equipment you're going to use. At this moment in time, we personally don't want a heater because we want our fish to acclimatise to our weather. So getting a heater isn't something that we've considered right now, but that might change in the future. But if we don't put a return in that, to take that into account now, we won't do it now, because the return for the heater ideally should be at the bottom. So we're just kind of working out where these returns are going to be, size of where they're going to be, so we can get them in ready. It can be capped off. It can be a return that's there that's never used, but as long as it's there, so if we need to use it in the future. So that's one thing you need to plan for when you're designing your pond build. So I'm just gonna stop rambling now. I just thought I'd mention that because I think that is a good tip, actually. Do you know, he has actually spent a hell of a lot of time making sure that this is square and level. The amount of spirit levels we've got around here is actually unbelievable. This gimbal is fantastic. Proper chuffed with it. So I'm just gonna pop it there and then just not that way. Apologies. Need to go that way. Flip it. So yeah, that's it. So it's been a really, really beautiful day, to be honest. I haven't done a lot. My arms are still burning from moving all that stuff yesterday. I've done housework. That's what I've done today. So I'm now gonna chill out with a gin. Oh, here's the nest. Come here, babies. You come in solo. Come on. Come on then. You just want that now, don't you? Because I've chucked it ready. So, yeah. And then I'm just going to sign out now and then catch up tomorrow and do a bit more as to where we get to. Obviously, the more he does, the quicker he's going to get, because he is, like I say, he's new to this. He's not a builder. He fits flooring for a living, so it's all new to him. It's the first time he's ever laid a brick. I grew up on builders' yards with my dad being a brickie, and I haven't touched anything yet. So yeah, catch you back tomorrow. Hiya. So it's now Sunday afternoon, about 3ish. I need to double check the time, actually. Keith has been out here quite a lot today, but now the full pond's got full sun, and I'll swing the camera around shortly. I'll show you that it's got quite a fair bit done. Proper chuffed. I'm just gonna swing it around and later. So as you can see, he's on row 3. There he's done row 2 all across the wall on the left hand side and on the back, and then just one row on the right hand side and where my feet are at the front. So he's doing really well. What we're using to measure, basically I'm mixing these up for him. So to make sure, because the mortar, you've got to get it spot on right. I'll just bend down, so apology for that. So that, using that as a measure. So I'll fill in 3 of sand, and I don't do it heat. So what I'm doing is I'm using this, and then so I'll fill it, scrape it so it's flat, so we know it's correct. And then I'll put three of those into one of the buckets, and then I will put in 1 of cement. Ooh, excuse me, I'm still getting used to this gimbal. And then I'll put in another 2 of sand, so in total that's then 5 sand, 1 cement. And then he's took the ramp down, as you can see, and he's put the cement mixer into the pond, and he's mixing it down there. So he just grabs the bucket and shoves them in there. He'll do 4 or 5 buckets at a time, and he's doing all right, to be fair. So yeah, really pleased. We've not yet worked out where this third return's going to be. We just know we want to have one down at the bottom just in case, because as our pond is in the ground, if we decided to have one later, it just wouldn't happen, because we'd have to dig out wherever we had it. We would have to dig down 2 meters to put in a return, so that'd just be a no-no. Something else I like about the design of our pond is that we can actually walk, or we will be once it's finished, be able to walk all the way around it. So I know a lot of people will have their pond next to a fence or next to a wall or in a corner, and that might be something to do with a space saving idea. But even at my old property in Leicester before moving to Burton, never had I've always enjoyed being able to walk around the whole pond. So we had 2 ponds in Leicester, and I could walk around both of them. They were about 6 foot apart. It wasn't a wide garden, but it was big enough. I just like that. I like being able to walk around the whole of the pond, and especially one that the size that we're doing. I think that is I think it helps, to be honest, especially if we need to catch fish, because if there's anything wrong with them. The temporary pond's pretty green again. We need to get some more filter floss. But yeah, so that is an update. I'll come back in a bit once he's done a bit more. I'm going to put him on a time lapse, but it is quite really hot today. He's just stopped for an ice cream and a glass of Coke. So he'll probably he might wait for it to cool down a bit, because like I say, in our look, which is just a lot. It's, to work in this kind of heat, it's a bit much. But when he does get back out and do a bit more, I'll do a time lapse and then a bit of an update again later on. So until later, back in a bit. Hi, so back again, still on Sunday. It's now 9:30 in the evening. Excuse the hair tied back. When it's hot, I just can't be doing with my hair down because it's too hot. I just need it tied back out of the way. And I've been painting, and I'll show you what I've been painting in a bit, because that is what I'm thinking about, potentially, if there's enough interest where we live, as to doing as a bit of a sideline while I'm at work. So I'm stood in the pond. Keith came out this morning. It was 2:30 when I took the earlier video. Then I did a couple of time lapses, came back again. The last time lapse was at 6 o'clock, and like I say, it's now 9:30, so it's been really hot today. So the break that he did have was between like 2:30 and 5:30, because it was just too hot to do anything. But he's really pleased with it, so I'm just going to flip the camera and show you what he's done. So he's had his set squares and stuff. So this is the back wall where the bottom drains will come up into the filter house. So he's on the 4th row. This is the left hand side. Now that yellow mark there is exactly 1 metre high from the bottom, so that's 4 high. You can see how level that is. He has really took a lot of time to make sure this is level, and he's feeling more confident now when as he's putting the blocks down, because he's never done it before. Same again this way. This level here. Is absolutely spot on. Spot on, perfect. And then just one row up there and at the back at the moment, but like I say, we've not worked out where that bottom return's going to come in. So a couple of things from when we had the digger. This corner is really tight. He had to dig out a little bit of that, and if you go up the other side, it's dug out too much, so not entirely square. The blocks are square, but the actual hole was a bit off. To get back, he's got to, if you can see where the field house is going to be, let's see if you can see it. Basically, he's going to have to take a little bit of mud off there, which is a bit annoying, but it's not a lot. It's just a bit annoying. But yeah, really, he's done a great job. It's going to take a while. If you think about it, it's going to be 2 meters high in block work. So to get up to, from there up to, that's the meter line, and then up again, will be about level up, just where that piece of wood edge is that you can see. It's not going to be that high all the way around, because we're going to have that 3 meter window on this side, so that's going to take up a lot of less block work. But God, that's going to be not even worked out yet how to get a 3 meter window in. I've cleaned the kitchen window and the rest of the patio. So yeah, we're heading for a bit of a heat wave apparently, so I'm just gonna put all these little clips together from the past couple of days where I've been using this, and then upload it to YouTube so you can see where we're at. And it'll probably be a week then or so until I do another one, see how far we get. Let me just pop. Yeah, he's going back to work for a rest. Zoom around the other way. I can show you this as what my little project I've been doing. So this is something that Keith bought me as a present in the old house. I love horses, and I came one day and this was not this particular one, because what I'm doing with it here is painting this on. This is painted on. I've not quite yet finished it, but it was all pieces of like really thin shiny plastic which made the silhouette of the horse, which when we took it down from the old property it just kept falling off. It just wasn't the same, so I've used the template to paint it on, and I've always been a bit arty, so I'm debating whether to advertise like doing murals and stuff as a bit of a money maker, but I won't charge a fortune, you know. It's just an idea, so we'll see. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hold on. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like it, and if you don't like it, dislike it. Either way, leave us a comment. Feel free to leave us a comment, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.